What if a piece of tech knew your team was about to burn out before you did? Seriously. Imagine an AI that could scan your company's data, looking at everything from email habits to calendar overload, to spot the hidden signs of exhaustion. This isn't some far-off sci-fi idea. Big companies are already using this stuff to step in and stop mass burnout before it even gets started. The real question is, will it actually work? Section 1. The burnout epidemic. Let's be clear. Burnout isn't just having a bad week. The World Health Organization officially calls it an occupational phenomenon. It's a syndrome that comes from chronic workplace stress that just hasn't been managed. It has three main ingredients: feeling completely drained of energy, feeling distant and cynical about your job, and feeling like you're just not effective anymore. It's a silent epidemic, and it's costing us a fortune. Just this year, data from SHRM showed that 44% of US employees feel burned out. More than half said they feel used up by the end of the workday. This isn't a personal failing, it's a system-wide problem. And the numbers are just staggering. In the US, the annual healthcare spending tied to workplace burnout is estimated to be as high as $190 billion. For businesses, employees who are burned out cost them around $3,400 for every $10,000 in salary, all because of high turnover and lost productivity. The human cost, though, is so much worse. It destroys your physical and emotional health, it puts a huge strain on your relationships, and it just steals your motivation. Workers who are burned out are almost 3 times more likely to be looking for a new job. And with a whopping 70% of professionals feeling like their employers aren't doing enough to stop it, it's obvious that wellness apps and the occasional mental health day just aren't cutting it. The whole approach is reactive. We wait for people to break, and then we try to glue them back together. What if we could stop them from breaking in the first place? Section 2. Enter AI, the digital canary in the coal mine. This is where AI steps in, not as some creepy, dystopian boss, but as a potentially powerful ally. Think of it as a super smart early warning system. For decades, miners used a canary in a cage to warn them of invisible, deadly gases. In today's workplace, AI is becoming that digital canary. So, how does it really work? It's actually pretty simple. These AI systems sift through huge amounts of anonymized company data to find patterns that show a team is under serious stress. We're not talking about reading your personal emails. This is all about broad, operational data. The AI can spot things like a sudden explosion of after-hours work in one department, a steady climb in meetings that doesn't lead to more getting done, or projects suddenly taking way longer to finish. It's about seeing the collective signs of overwork. It can also use language analysis to scan platforms like Slack or Microsoft Teams. Again, not to read your DMs, but to notice shifts in the overall mood. Is the general tone in a team's chat becoming more negative? Are words tied to stress and exhaustion popping up more often? These are the little clues that, when put together, show that a team is heading for burnout long before it hits crisis mode. I can also link up with calendars and project tools to flag things like chronic double booking, no break time between meetings, or one person consistently getting buried under more tasks than anyone else. With employee permission, it can even look at data from wearable devices to see company-wide trends in sleep or activity levels, giving an even clearer picture of the team's well-being. This isn't about spying on individuals. It's about checking the pulse of the entire organization. The goal is to switch from being reactive, where a manager only learns about burnout in an exit interview, to being proactive, where they get a heads up about the risks months in advance. Section 3. AI in action. Beyond just data. Finding the problem is one thing. Fixing it is something else entirely. The real power of these AI systems is how they can trigger personalized support that can scale across the whole company. This isn't a one-size-fits-all band-aid. It's about getting the right help to the right people at the right time. For instance, if the AI sees that one team is constantly working late, it can alert their manager. But it can also do more. The system might suggest shuffling tasks around, pushing back a few non-urgent deadlines, or even pointing out that it's time to hire someone new. It gives managers data-backed ideas to help them make smarter, more human decisions. Some AI tools can even act as scheduling assistants, automatically helping people organize their workdays so they don't get swamped. Some companies are using AI platforms that offer wellness tips directly to employees. Based on your work patterns, an AI might send you a gentle nudge to take a 15-minute walk, or offer a quick mindfulness exercise if it senses you're stressed. AI chatbots can even act as 24/7 virtual therapists, giving employees a safe and anonymous place to talk through problems and find coping strategies. And the results from companies already doing this are pretty incredible. In healthcare, a field famous for burnout, some hospitals have used AI to create better schedules and workloads. One case study showed this led to a 35% drop in severe burnout and saved millions in turnover costs. In other cases, AI has helped cut down the time doctors spend on paperwork by up to 60%, tackling a huge source of their stress and giving them more time with patients. By taking over the boring, repetitive tasks, AI frees people up to do more meaningful, creative work. The kind of work that actually makes you feel engaged and happy with your job. We are just scratching the surface of what this tech can do. If you want to keep up with how AI is changing our jobs and our lives, go ahead and subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Section 4. The Big Brother concern. Okay, I know what a lot of you are probably thinking right now. This sounds cool and all, but isn't this just Big Brother in a business suit? Isn't this just a new way for my boss to spy on me? That is the most important question in all of this. The line between being supportive and being intrusive is razor thin, and crossing it would kill the trust you need for any healthy workplace. Studies show that nearly half of all employees are already worried that AI monitoring tools could invade their privacy. So, doing this ethically is everything. Companies have to be completely transparent with their teams about what data they're collecting, why they're collecting it, and what they're doing with it. The best way to do this, and what most companies are trying to do, is to keep all the data anonymous and bundled together. The system isn't built to flag Jane Doe for being stressed. It's built to flag that the sales team is showing a 30% jump in after-hours work. It's a tool for fixing system-wide problems, not for pointing fingers. And this is critical. AI should never, ever replace human leadership and empathy. It's a tool to help managers, not to replace them. The AI can give you the what, but it takes a human manager to have a real conversation, to ask, how are you doing? And to figure out a solution together. Without that human in the loop, the whole thing falls apart and becomes the exact surveillance machine we're all afraid of. You have to build a culture of trust first, and that means using this tech to support people, not to spy on them. Section 5. The future is proactive, not reactive. For years, the way we've handled burnout has been completely backward. We've treated it like a fire. We wait to see the flames, an employee quits, takes medical leave, or their work tanks, and then we rush in with the fire extinguisher. But by then, the damage is already done. AI flips that model on its head. It lets us go from being firefighters to being fire inspectors. It helps organizations spot the gas leak or the faulty wiring long before anything catches fire. That's the difference between being proactive and reactive. The payoff for companies that get this right is huge. They see less turnover because they solve problems before they drive good people away. They see productivity go up. Some companies report boosts of up to 20%, because their teams are healthier and more engaged. And they save a ton of money, not just on recruiting, but on lower healthcare costs and fewer sick days. Plus, these AI systems create a constant feedback loop. They can track how well different wellness programs are actually working in real time. Did that new, no meeting Fridays, policy actually cut down on late night work? The data will tell you. This lets companies constantly tweak and improve their approach to make sure they're actually making a difference. So, will AI save your company from burning out? The answer isn't a simple yes or no. AI isn't a silver bullet. It's an incredibly powerful tool that, for the first time, gives us a way to see, understand, and prevent burnout on a massive scale. It offers a data-driven, personalized, and proactive fix to one of the biggest problems we face at work. but its success depends completely on how we use it. If it's used with transparency, with a deep respect for privacy, and with human empathy at the very center, it has the potential to make our workplaces healthier, more supportive, and in the end, more human. The goal isn't to be managed by an algorithm. The goal is to use the insights from that algorithm to build better, more compassionate, and more sustainable ways of working. And now I want to hear from you. What do you think about all this? Would you be comfortable with an AI helping to manage well-being at your job, or are the privacy risks too big? Let me know your take in the comments below. And as always, if you found this video valuable, please give it a like, smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more tech challenges, future experiments, and real talk from TechWave 65. And thank you for watching.